Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Support for Ukraine in this moment, but also as commander-in-chief, if elected, how would you deal with Vladimir Putin, and would it be any different from what we're seeing from President Biden?
Well, first of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me. I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's not who we are as Americans. Let's understand what happened here. I actually met with Zelensky a few days before Russia invaded, tried through force to change territorial boundaries, to defy one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I met with President Zelensky. I shared with him American intelligence about how he could defend himself. Days later, I went to NATO's eastern flank, to Poland and Romania. And through the work that I and others did, we brought 50 countries together to support Ukraine in its righteous defense. And because of our support, because of the air defense, the ammunition, the artillery, the javelins, the Abrams tanks that we have provided, Ukraine stands as an independent and free country. If Donald Trump were president, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv right now. And understand what that would mean, because Putin's agenda is not just about Ukraine. Understand why the European allies and our NATO allies are so thankful that you are no longer president, and that we understand the importance of the greatest military alliance the world has ever known, which is NATO, and what we have done to preserve the ability of Zelensky and the Ukrainians to fight for their independence. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
Vice President Harris, thank you. We've heard from both of you on Ukraine tonight. Afghanistan came up in the...
People, we got a lot of stuff going on out here. A whole lot of stuff going on. I don't know what's wrong with Israel. I think Benny and some of his cohorts there in Israel and stuff, they got a death wish.
Yeah.
They got a death wish. And the reason why I say they got a death wish, Ted, if you, some little bitty little old country, no bigger than, Rhode Island or someplace here in the United States, and you got all these Arabs and Sunnis and all these folks, around you, and you're going to sit down there and you're going to send your planes over there and try to kill somebody in one of these folks' countries. And especially, they'd have been better off going to Saudi Arabia and doing what they did, than to go over there to Dubai and try to kill somebody. That's suicide. They committed suicide. How in the heck you gonna do some stuff like that? You gonna exercise? I think they must want a war there, something going on there, because I don't understand why what was the reason for doing that?
Well, they want to get the Houthis, what is it, the Houthis,
Mm-hmm.
so bad that that was one of our allies. But they try to play both sides because they are, I wouldn't say they're funding, I don't know if they're funding or not, but they allowed them to come into their country, the Houthis, which I'm sure they're getting benefits from that, you know.
But that's their people, Ted. Those are their people. Those are their cousins and part of their ancestors. That's how you gonna turn away your cousins and stuff when they come to your house.
But think about this though. You can't, because who are they supposed to be connected with? They say that our military is the largest there in the Middle East, Qatar. So think about this. If they're friends with us and we're bringing all kind of security for them, and at the same time they're trying to play the Houthis, and we already know that they're against Israel.
Yeah.
And we know the Houthis is with Iran, and Iran is against Israel. So now Bibi have put 47 on the chopping block.
That
What is he
too,
going to
but
do now? Is he going to cut Bibi off, or he going to cut the Qatar off?
well, I see that part of it and everything, but I think the most immediate part of it is the fact that Israel is sitting right there. They within what 500, 600 miles, 1,000 miles from them, and the United States, even though they might have bases and stuff around there, their main forces and stuff and everything is 7,000 miles away. So we in the ghetto, and I'm gonna come from the south side to the west side and jump on you. And the people who are helping me, protecting me, is in Washington, D.C. But I'm in Chicago, and I will come on the south side to the west side and come up into your house and whoop your butt. That's crazy, because I got to leave out of your house, come back to the south side, and hope that you don't run me down on the Eisenhower or catch my butt on the Dan Ryan and stuff and blow me out of the daggone water or out of the sky. That's crazy. But my main boy, he's in DC. If you bother me, I'm gonna call him up. That's how this sounds to me. Anyway, I'm just using that as an analogy and stuff because you and I both know the dynamics and stuff of the south side and the west side of Chicago.
Yeah.
And then the relationship with where DC is at. From
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Cause even though, yes, my old boy, my main boy in DC and everything probably is should be saying something. My immediate danger and stuff is that them boys from the west side can come up to the south side at any time and do the same thing to me. Maybe worse. Before my boy over there in DC catches up, he can sit up.
I'm gonna tell you another way to look at it.
Okay.
Here's the thing here. Ring ring, He calls BB up. What can you stir up for me? Because they get me at this Epstein shit.
well, well,
we need,
that's a good one there. Yep.
we need for these news people to stop talking about Epstein and start talking about something else.
Something else. Now that could be. Cause they teared his tail up, man, with this Epstein stuff.
In the papers, all of it.
He said, "Shoot, I'd rather take that kind of pressure than that would be the Epstein stuff, huh?" Because he studied sitting there.
Start some shit.
Yeah, he studied sitting there telling them, "I didn't do that. That ain't my name. I didn't write that. I didn't draw that."
Signature is bright as day.
And that's it. You put that signature beside anybody's signature.
He said, this shit just won't go away.
It won't. It won't. It can't. He started sitting there lying. See, everybody know, even his Republican folks know he lied. And I was surprised that he came to him and said, "Hey, man, you need to come clean with this." Cause this stuff is.
Wait a minute, Kazar, you know what Kazar said? They said, hey, they had the spokesperson come on this morning and said, we will respond. We will respond. That is not a good look. Now that man just caused his people all kind of trauma, more trauma. So who knows when they're going to respond? Are they going to respond like Iran? You know what Iran did?
Yeah.
So if they start sending missiles over there like that, I don't know if they got it like that, but I know one thing. The man said that they're going to respond.
Well, the one thing and stuff to that probably is on Israel's side is that is different from the Iranian portion of this whole thing is that you got an American base right there in UAE, right there. So if you're planning on doing anything militarily and stuff, those folks there gonna know about it. People in the military are gonna know about it. If you're doing anything in the United Arab Emirates at all to do anything, unless, like you said, they may, instead of trying to launch anything out of their country and stuff and everything, they just ring, and they call Iran up, say, "Hey, you got any loose missiles over there? Shoot them motherfuckers down in Israel."
That's a possibility.
It's a possibility because the likelihood of them doing it out of their country and stuff and everything
that would be like a no-no, bro.
Yeah, that's because the Americans would know about it before we even got started. So it's it's so much, so much. I just think that Israel is they got a death sentence. They just keep on doing stuff and everything that they know is not right, that they know is against all the norms out there. And then I guess another thing that's really taking all this stuff down, you see what happened in Poland. Russia sent their drones over there to Poland, and they had to shoot them down. Now, you talking about disrupting that whole scenario over there, that just did the same thing. It just, there's so much going on to it. It's just too much, man. It's just too much.
Crap going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on that it doesn't allow And I know Donald Trump is lying. He ain't gonna tell nobody shit. He ain't coming back and saying a damn thing. He ain't
And
coming back
we couldn't
and
even get information about the boat they shot down, which is against the law. Don't blow up a damn boat. We don't know who the hell they are. And they're so many miles away from America, it's ridiculous.
He did.
What kind of shit is this?
He did that. I don't think his little old pea brain man, he can't handle all that. he can't handle all that. It's too much. He probably told him, "Hey,
Somebody-
don't bring." He probably told him, "Don't bring no more of that shit to me. I can't handle it."
Hey, somebody came and whispered in his ear and say, "Oh, Mr. President, we just saw a ship just load up a bunch of drugs, and they got 11 people in there, and they on their way to America." Now they say they don't really know where they was going to. That's what they say, because it was so far out from the United States. And they blew up the doggone thing and then had the nerve enough to videotape it and show it to the world. Like that was supposed to be some courageous.
Ted, he can't handle it. I'm telling you, he's an old man, and he can't handle all that. He can't handle it. Now he got all you got all that stuff going on. We just talked about at least 4 incidents out there that happened. That major shit. And then on top of all that, we ain't even got to other stuff going on here. He got that crap going on with this HHS secretary and stuff and everything. Robert Kennedy. And the Republicans is up in arms about that knucklehead.
He destroyed CDC.
He got stuff going on with that. Then he got his agents and went down here, come out here to Georgia, and then arrested almost 500 South Koreans and stuff. And he can't even figure out what's going on with that.
And they still got them. They haven't even released them, man.
They didn't release all of them. They got some of them, but they ain't released all of them. He can't handle it, Ted. His little pea brain mind can't handle all that. Too much.
Well, let me switch gears right quick. We can come back to that.
Go ahead.
Let me just say this. I don't know which one to talk about first, but I'm going to bring this up because it's last night. They had a row full of black Congress people. Every one of them spoke. And I might add, very well, talking about this redistricting shit.
With Jasmine in front.
Jasmine was there too.
Jasmine was there.
But they had Louisiana, they had Ohio, you name it, they was there, Kansas City, they had all of them. And all of them spoke their mind. And you know what went through my head? I'm gonna tell you, I'm probably wrong in this to a certain degree. You might want to correct me on this. and I ain't trying to be harsh or anything like that. Them Negroes are sitting up there complaining about redistricting. And, fighting for their jobs and and then the areas that they have been over, which is mostly black constituents. And they dividing and putting, a certain hundreds of thousands in one area and then another 100,000 in another area. So therefore you won't have the majority to win, obviously, your seat back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm saying to myself, with all the shit that's going on, we already know what they want to do. What you gonna do about it? You can complain all you want, but you going through the courts. But what you gonna do about it? Now, what you should be doing is getting your team together, getting a bunch of volunteers, and get out there and start having some type of town halls or having some type of Zoom meetings and hundreds of thousands of people and talking about what's going on in the economy, what's going to happen and what he's doing, all of those things. I understand that it's important for you to have your constituency, and they are black, mostly black and brown people. But you can't be complaining. You got to do something, because this is the way it is. This is the game they play, and they're talking about doing it in Kansas City, Kansas, Indiana, and other states. So what are you supposed to do? The point is, you got to win these white folks over. Now, a lot of them you ain't gonna win over, but the point is, you got to get out there and sell yourself to these white folks. You got to get out there and sell yourself to these white folks. Do you want to live under a white theology? I don't want to call it white Christian theology. And that's a hard thing to do. But they was very articulate, very astute, very clean, and I hate to keep using those words, but that's what these white folks be saying. But they was sharp as a tack. They was on point. They was talking the right stuff. Everything was on point. But I'm sorry, you gotta get these. I mean, people that don't vote, you gotta get them to vote. People that is disheartened with your production or the things that you didn't do, you got to settle them on it that you will get it done. All of those things. I mean, you got to spread. You know, they talking about, well, we got to do like we did at Peddler's Bridge. We got to march. We got to do this. We got to do that. No. You don't need no little 2,000, 5,000 people marching up and down the street. No, get your ass out and start knocking on some doors. Start having meetings. That marching stuff ain't gonna work no more, bro. All it's doing is making people aware and irritating people. You got to start educating these people. This country is on the verge of fascism. They keep on saying racism. No, this is fascism. This is all it's about. And these oligarchs, they running the show. They got all the money. They put all the money they got. What is $250 million to them? Ain't shit. It ain't nothing.
So where did they have this big to do about this redistricting?
No, it was right on the Capitol Hill. You know how they had that little news conference and stuff like that, and they was right in the business room where they have their weekly thing, and they just called a press conference, and it was about 20 of them, and each one of them spoke, bro.
And they were all from the House of Representatives? Are they from the House? Are they from the House of Representatives?
These are all the House of Representatives.
Okay. And all of them were black?
All of them were black. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm gonna have to go out there and see.
I'm proud of them, but in my opinion, you gotta hit those streets and knock on them doors and have some meetings.
I'm gonna have to go and see
that. People.
I'm gonna have to go and see that, see what they said. I missed that. I missed that. Every opportunity and stuff that I get, I try to see what the heck is going on and how people are responding and reacting to it. I saw the commission, the subcommittee or whatever they're going to have and stuff for this January 5th or January 6th assault to the Capitol. And I guess the Republicans are getting ready to have another committee hearing and stuff about it. And they open the door and everything and stuff to it. And you see that Hakeem, the minority leader and everything, he had a same thing you were talking about. He had the news thing and stuff, and he brought all the committee chairs and stuff who were responsible, the oversight and the judiciary committee and stuff there, the members who were going to be there. And the only woman who was there was Jasmine Crockett. I thought it was kind of interesting that he had brought them there and he had the news conference to tell people in the newspaper and stuff and everything what they were planning on doing and how they were going. These were the people and stuff that he has put up there to be in charge, who were going to be on this committee and what they were going to be doing and some of the things that they were going to bring out, which most of them thought that what they were doing was a waste of time.
Yep.
And they're thinking that this whole thing, this fiasco, and just like we spoke about earlier, they trying to do something and everything to keep this daggone Epstein thing off of Trump, because the heat on Trump right now is just white hot. I mean, white hot heat on him, and I don't know how this committee thing is going to save him, because they really aren't going to do anything. And once people see that they're going to hear him for maybe a day or two of the day going to hear him, it's going to be all gone. It's going to be dead. Nobody's going to come there because they're not going to be bringing in anybody. They don't talk about subpoenaing anybody and stuff for it, which they've already done already. And the Department of Justice has already got these folks' names and stuff that they talked about. And those people that they brought forth and the rulings and stuff that they brought forth and the first daggone meeting and everything, these people's names were given to the Department of Justice. They convicted these people, and Trump turned them loose. Turned them loose. So why have this big fiasco? I don't know. I'm I think it's going to create more problems for Donald Trump than it is for anybody else, because they're going to be wondering as to why the hell he turned these folks loose. Why give these people a pardon? And he think that this Jeffrey Epstein thing is going to say they're going to get away from that. They got another hot potato.
I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. What they're going to do, they're going to let the Democrats holler and scream and blah, 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 blah. And then the other Democrats, they're going to bring some people up there, and they're going to be talking about, certain things and saying that he was justified by letting these people go, because they're going to be lying and talking about, they open the doors for us and let us in and all that kind of mess. And then the bottom line is they're gonna get some money. This is what this is all about, getting money. They gave that lady that got killed, family, $5 million. This is all about money, bro. And some of those people gonna want money. That's what they want. Because I was unjustified put in prison. I was just standing around, walking through the Capitol. They opened the doors for us.
That could be a big thing and stuff also, because if you start opening that door and everything to those congressmen or women and everything who were complicit in that whole daggone thing, because they've already said that there were some Congress people and stuff in there who were complicit in everything in this whole daggone thing, and that's going to bring up a whole lot of mess there. Because like you're right, they opened the door to these people that allowed them to come in. Why did you open these doors and all that stuff? So you got a lot of doors that you can open up, and I'm pretty sure that's probably why Hakeem had all those people there. And the one thing I noticed, that everybody who was there and stuff, Jasmine brought it up and everything, they were all attorneys. Every last one of them are attorneys, and they know how to process the law and everything, and they know who's guilty or not. Whereas on the commission that they had, a lot of those folks on there were without attorneys. They were just good investigators.
We have to save. We have to save this country. Black folks are trying to save this country. I'm gonna give you a classic example. This is my other topic. Capitalism. Let me tell you, Ed, I'm telling you, brother, we got some stupid ass black people out there. This is just my opinion. I might be wrong. I am not a socialist. I am not a Marxist. I'm not a communist. But I'm telling you, these people are stupid. They talking about down capitalism. A lot of these black folks down capitalism. Now, we already know that this whole, I'm talking about the Europeans, most of the Europeans, capitalism is the way of life, making money. There is no such thing as a utopia. You're not going to you can't live off of nothing. And maybe you can, I don't know. But like I say, in my opinion, capitalism is the way to go for this country. But the thing is that a lot of people don't understand. Hey, you got to produce something or you got to provide a service. You can't sit up here, they use all the examples of certain people, people that were, they always use Edward Bush and Booker T. Washington. We know what Booker T. Washington was about. He was about training up people, having your own business, getting out there, working, making money. E.D. Du Bois was about academics, scholarly. He was an elitist. And he was a socialist on the verge of communism. The thing is that the thing that what we didn't do and what we tried to do, and we were just out of slavery, banks is the key. Because capitalism is about capital. You generate money by collectively collecting money and then loaning that money out so that people can start businesses and open up stores and do this and do that. This is where we're missing it. But the thing is, you got to have security. Because people will try to steal from you, they'll rob from you, they'll do everything, sabotage you, everything else. But the point is, if you got real, honest, goodness people that's really trying to do the good thing, it works. If I'll come in there with $10,000 and I want to get a house, I don't have to buy it outright for cash. I can take a loan out, 5%, get a house, start saving my money, build up equity in my home. If I want to start a business, then I can take some of that equity out and start a business. Because your property is your capital until you get other capital, other means. So I don't get it. I don't get it. And then, you're talking about property, then you're talking about the stock market, then you're talking about your own business. Those three things is where you make your money. Now, you can go work for somebody, and you can do that for 20, 30 years if you can last that long. And then you got maybe you might have a good retirement, maybe you might not. But the point is, you'll be working for somebody. But if you have your own business, you start getting your own property, you invest in the stock market, you can't lose. Now, you can lose. Now, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that the bottom line is that's the way to go. If you go to socialism, what's going to happen? It don't work, bro. Socialism don't work. It's been proven. many times over. It does not work.
Hmm.
Capitalism got its faults, and because you got greed, you got people that try to sabotage you, there are people that try to buy you out or buy your competition out and make themselves bigger, and then you got worse competition. But that's what competition is all about. That means you got to start being smarter than them. You got to have a good team so that you can be smarter than them. This is what competition is all about. So I'm just saying, and that the difference is that we are mainly, we're people of color, so therefore, they can shut us out because we only 14, 15% of the population. So they won't do business with us. So that means we don't get their money, but they get our money. Because we'll go to their restaurants, we'll buy their tires, we'll go over there and get our car fixed over there, but they won't do business with us. Some will, but most won't.
Okay. Now, before I want to ask this question before because we're getting down the road here on the backside of our time here. I want to make sure that I ask this question since it's on my mind now and get your opinion. Kawhi Leonard,
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
For the Clippers?
Yeah,
What about him?
they kicked him out of the league.
They kicked him out.
They said that NBA kicked him out.
I don't believe that.
That's what one of the people in the news thing said, that they kicked him out. He had something like a $23 million scam going on, and they found out about it, and they supposed to have kicked him out. Kawhi Leonard. I'm just asking. I'm asking you about it because I
Okay,
didn't.
I heard that story and I didn't read it. They said, this. He's he was big time executive for Microsoft. He owns the Clippers, and
Right.
he gave Kawhi Leonard $28 million.
Okay.
So the thing is that you can't do that because that's part of his salary. You count that because he's the owner of the Clippers and he gave him $28 million, which is stupid because he could have had somebody else invest in whatever he was. Kawhi, I have no idea why Kawhi is in that kind of trouble when he's making that kind of money he making. Something's wrong with this picture, bro.
That's why I'm
Why would you
asking you.
use a lot?
That's what I'm asking you about it because I don't
I
understand what.
haven't. The story. I'm getting all kind of different stories, Ed, and I don't know all the whole story. I don't know the whole story.
Mm. That's what I'm just saying. I saw that and everything, and I'm saying to myself, what the heck is going on here?
We don't know the whole story, so therefore, I can't really comment on it because I don't know the whole story. All I know is that the guy from Microsoft gave him $28 million. $28 million to him is like a couple of dollars.
Right, I know, but why is it that they're talking about kicking him out of the league?
Like I said, that's the first time I heard that.
That's what I read that the commissioner said that they were going to kick him out of the league because of what the heck happened. That what he did was illegal.
Well, he's stupid. Something's wrong. He's supposed to be money tight. So I don't know what he into.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm asking you that question because I did not know what the heck was going on and stuff. Well, I just saw it in there, and they had this big thing in there about they were suspending him or kicking him out of the league for a lifetime. I said, man, that's kind of a harsh penalty and everything for
Now,
and unless
what
you
they usually do is they'll find them and they might take a second round or a third round pick from them or something like that. Maybe even a first round pick.
now since the owner was the one that gave him the money and stuff, didn't somebody tell the owner would ask Mr. Allen and stuff, well, whatever his name is, why would you, what was the sense in you doing this? Is this legal? Or he would have asked it, can I legally give this man his money?
And not only that, why would you even do that?
Right.
When you're paying that man almost $50 million a year already.
Right. Something got, like you said, something is not, it don't have the pot right. There's something going on out there that
we don't know.
All the information out there around. And one other thing here, Jalen Carter spit on that boy. He spit on the Cowboy player, the quarterback. They done gave him a 1-game suspension for spitting on him.
So he lost $100,000.
I don't know how many he lost, but he lost a 1-game. He got a 1-game suspension and it paid.
He probably lost more than that.
Yeah, 1-game suspension and pay. So
these guys make $200,000-$300,000 a game.
Yeah, well, they gave him a 1-game suspension, and he will be coming back to play Kansas City and stuff. I guess they're playing Kansas City Sunday, so he's already missed that 1 game, so he can come back and play that. That was a stupid thing to ever spit on that man.
Something must have been said really
real bad for him to spit on him. Yeah,
something really bad to him, man. But that guy spit in his face.
He spit on him. But I think as he walked down after he had done it and they threw him out, I think when he walked down that tunnel and everything, and then to see his team come in there at halftime, and he had to look all of them in the face and everything, and they was in a real tough game because Dallas was real close to beating him. He had to feel real bad about it. Was that spit worth it? Was that one spit worth it? And it happened on the first play of the game.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What the heck did he say to him?
I don't. Whatever it was, Jalen didn't like it. He decided to spit on him.
I'm gonna tell you, this just my thing. These people are all on social media and they hearing all kind of stories and now, with this AI, you be bragging on AI. Man, they got AI talking about Democrats like they ain't shit. They got these false black people up there like they real people. They ain't even no real people talking about the Democrats. Mm-hmm. And then here's the thing. The Democrats don't even respond back and bring up some AI for them. They can do a whole lot of AI.
Well, Ted, when you find somebody down, the word and stuff, especially in the ghetto, if once he hits the ground, you got to stomp him. That's what they doing. They got him down. Now they got to stomp him.
That's what they're doing. They stomping the Democrats.
What they're doing. You get them down, you stomp them. You kick them. You get down, you stomp on them.
Stomping. They taking their districts.
That's it. And so they
cutting all
can't,
their programs out.
They down and now they stomping on them and they can't get up. They sit down on the ground trying to fight them.
They don't know what to do.
They don't know what the hell to do. So I can understand why they not fighting back and they can't do anything because there's so much stuff going on out there. It's a crying shame. I mean, so much.
And then he put it out there. We're gonna bring them to Baltimore. We're gonna bring them to Chicago. We're gonna bring them to New York. And all of it is talk. But then he brought them to L.A. He brought them to where else did he go? They went to D.C. So now you're talking to. So now they know that he's gonna do it. But when they don't know.
Well, it seems like he hasn't. When Chicago was putting up such a good fight, that he got his folk there and everything, but I don't think that they're doing exactly what they had set out to do, to really come in and go into the neighborhoods and stuff and everything. And uh, the DC thing and everything. It seems like each one of them are a little bit different, because the one he did in Los Angeles and stuff, they really went out of their way and stuff to do some real awful stuff. In DC and everything, the mayor and stuff, she kind of like she capitulated to him and everything, told him to say, "Hey, well, okay, fine, they're here, ain't nothing we can do about it, so let them do what they're doing." And so when she did that and everything, she had a whole bunch of backlash that came from the Democrats and everything, because they said that she just gave up and didn't do anything, but they didn't realize the dynamics and stuff of Washington D.C. All they have is a shadow government. All them people
Yeah.
who the mayor and all this other stuff, they just shadow people and stuff, and they are serving almost at the whim of Congress. So really,
Yep.
she didn't have a lot of power, and I don't think a lot of those people out there understood that, and that this was a strategic move on her part and everything to say, "Oh, okay, this is it all." So in essence and stuff, what had happened and everything, because the Congress and stuff and everything has the right to enact a law and everything to give the president more than 30 days and stuff and everything to do what he needs to do. And because she just gave up and everything and said, "Oh, okay, they do what they want to do," the Congress said, "Well, we're not going to do anything about it." So really, it took the teeth out of Trump. But now he's talking about going to Chicago, and I don't think that what they got going on in Chicago and everything is anywhere near what Trump wanted to happen there. And now they're also in Boston and everything. So
Hey,
it
he
looks
ain't
like,
going to the north side.
huh?
He ain't going to the north side.
Mm,
And the only thing he can do is go to the west side and some parts to the south side. And
well,
those are black communities.
absolutely. And really, their thing is the Hispanic folks and everything. Those are people that they are trying to arrest and everything. But it's and the mayor of Chicago and stuff, he put out an executive order and told the police department to say, "We will not allow them to do anything." So they really don't have a place to put those people. If they do arrest them and everything, where are they going to take them to? Chicago says, "We ain't going to allow you guys to come up in here and do anything. You can't use our facility and everything for your mess." So that really put a damper on them also. And I guess it was legal for him to do it. And why girlfriend over there in Los Angeles didn't do that, I don't know. I guess she was so overwhelmed and stuff that she couldn't deal with it because of all the fires they had and all the other stuff going on. So it's a mess. So, uh, Ted, one other question I got to ask you about sports now. What do you think going to happen in Cleveland?
Man, let me tell you something, bro.
They done fired the coach.
They fired the coach?
They said they fired the coach.
Oh, I ain't heard that.
Yeah, they said they fired the coach. At least that's what the news said. That's what the news said. I don't know. Everybody is into this Cleveland thing now, man. They're saying that this young man has just ignited the whole scenario around Cleveland, and they, even if Cleveland doesn't win one game, they're going to have more people. They've got more people in that spotlight on Cleveland than they had in ages. Even when they pulled their quarterback from Houston, brought him up there and gave him that $250 million and stuff, and that boy, I think, only played 18 games in 3 years that for his contract. He didn't do anything. This young kid right here has excited them daggone people. There's so many people and stuff who are following Cleveland that you don't understand what's going on. Man, I look on there, they say, "Yeah, they done fired the coach." So maybe he got fired, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I do
Well,
know.
all I know is this guy that I listen to who talks nothing but about Shakur and Cleveland. And he goes to detail by detail what this coach is sorry. How he hired a good offensive coach, but he still calls the plays. He don't want to allow the offensive coach to call the plays. And the guy say all he got is 15 plays. And the guy was saying that a lot of times he got certain people in there that don't know how to hold their ground and different things like that. I mean, he goes into detail about it, bro. I mean, he knows exactly what players are good, what players are bad. I mean, he goes into detail. And he talks about Flacco and he said he give Flacco his little due. He said he all right, but he ain't ready. He ain't that man. So we'll see. The thing is, if they did fire him, if they put the assistant coach up there or whatever, I don't know who they're gonna hire. But if they give that boy some chances to practice with the first team for a minute, just 3 or 4 times, he gonna shine because he got to know those players. Here's the thing, though, Ed. He's a rookie and a quarterback, and those seasoned players, a lot of them don't like that shit. They jealous of him.
The rookie.
Yeah. They're jealous of him. I don't care if you're white or black. You come in there and you're a superstar. As far as they're concerned, you got to earn your stripes.
Well, I guess you can say that because he probably making a lot more money than a lot of those players who've been there for a long time, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the dollars are rolling in on.
The first 2 weeks he was in the damn league.
The dollars are rolling in now. His pockets are getting fat.
They're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. They don't understand it. But did they watch the last 2 years in Colorado?
They did, but they didn't. But they didn't understand what's going on nowadays. Most of your athletes and stuff do not understand marketing.
They must though.
They don't understand marketing. All they want to do is go out there and play. They play a good game and they doing all that. These young athletes, some of them anyway, who are coming in now, who have been in this NIL stuff and everything, they deal with marketing. How you go to market yourself. And this young man, his dad, and the folks that had him around him, then taught him how to market himself and to capitalize from that marketing. And as you know, Ted, when Deion came on the scene, when he was down there at Florida State, he was nothing. He marketed himself.
Yes, he did.
He marketed himself. Even back then, he marketed himself. And when it came to the combine, he told them, you all saw what I can do. I'm not going out there and showing off myself in this NFL combine. And they still drafted him. He told him, I'm not coming out there. If Deion was a summer gun, man, he all them gold chains around his neck and jumping all around and gloves all on his head, man. He knew how to market himself, man.
And then only that, he produced. He produced, bro.
He did, and now he passes along that stuff to his son. You have to market yourself. If you want to make money in this league, you got to get out there and make people. Because sports, Ted, is what? Entertainment. You have to entertain the folks who come in there. Almost like when I was a little younger and stuff, man, I used to watch wrestling. And some of those guys and stuff who wrestling, man, they couldn't wrestle worth a damn, but they marketed to themselves, and people came because they marketed themselves. I remember this man called Flair, Joseph Flair. That he was out. I forget his complete name, but probably his name was Flair or something. And he would like Finn, and the rest of these guys were huge and muscle bound, and he would talk a whole bunch of crap. So they come in there and they whoop his butt, and then he get up and he talk more crap and everything. So as he was talking crap, they brought more and more and more people and stuff there to watch him because they wanted to see him get his butt whooped. Pretty Boy Flair, I think it was. He's a white guy. Pretty Boy Flair, something like that.
I remember.
Yeah. He was a son of a gun, man. He couldn't wrestle at all, but he brought the audience, and people paid to come and see him.
Yeah.
Sports is entertainment. And if you don't entertain the people, they are not going to come. You are looking at track and field. Man, Ted, 15 to 20 years ago, man, track and field was nothing but the Olympics. Once the Olympics was over, track and field was dead.
Yeah.
It ain't dead now, brother.
Nope.
It ain't dead now. You see track and field all the time. They're going to Europe. They're going, and these people are filling these stadiums up.
Filling them stations up. They used to get just only a few years ago, they was just getting $100,000. Now these people getting big money, bro.
They get big money, and these people and stuff who are putting on these events are asking some of these athletes to come to these daggone events and everything. We're gonna pay you so much money. We're gonna fly you over here, put you on a plane and everything to get you over here to these events so you can run. And all they're gonna run is maybe a quarter mile or 100 meters or 200 meters, men and women.
Yep. Yeah.
Sports. Big time. Anyway, Ted, final word, man. We didn't get to the end.
I just want to say, know your terms. Know what a capitalist is, a capitalism is. Know what socialism is, Marxism, socialism, communism, all of the isms. And you'll find, in my opinion, capitalism wins out. The rest of the stuff is just BS. It's all about, the one thing that I did like that I heard somebody say, community organizing. And the first person that I thought about was who?
Barack Obama.
She said that is what really works because you get community organizing. Those people come together, they help each other. The ones that's doing bad, they help the ones that's doing bad, lift them up, and just constantly helping them. And when things start, falling apart, then you help those people. Community organizing. And when I heard her talking about it, I said, she is absolutely right. And it's a form of social kind of thing, but what you're doing is lifting them up so that they don't fall apart and go to the dumps. And then they can go ahead and make something better for themselves.
And give them a voice in what happens in your community and the people who are there with you. You giving folks a voice. If you got community organizers there, they got a voice. And then you are allowing them to voice their opinions and stuff and everything into your politics.
Absolutely.
And once you get them to tag on with you and what you're doing, they can just take it over, man. Because Ted, I remember stuff during this whole daggone campaign that Obama had. His thing was organizing different groups. He had lawyers and stuff, a huge group of lawyers and stuff all over the country who were Obama folks. He even got Republicans for Obama.
Yeah.
We Republicans, but we gonna vote for Obama and stuff. He organized these states and stuff. Every last one of the states got organized in every county, in every community and stuff out there. He got into those communities and stuff, and he pulled those folks in there, and they became a part of his campaign. All of them became part of his campaign because whenever we saw him and what he was doing, and he was doing big and stuff, it got to us. We the people and stuff who were down there on the ground and everything. That was us out there. He represented us. and he showed it. And he would, and it didn't matter where he had to go. He can go into the deep woods and stuff of South Carolina, or go up into those mountains up in West Virginia and stuff and talk to people and everything. He didn't care what the heck it was. He'd go in there and he'd treat those people and stuff like they were human beings and listen to what they had to say.
Yep.
That's what you have to do, and that's what we asking the Democrats and stuff now to do. Instead of staying up there the daggone Washington, D.C., you got to get your butt down there with the people.
That's exactly right.
Anyway, folks, get with the people. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.